So it's kind of like they're saving themselves from that conversation with the black community because the black community has yet to accept the fact that niggas can be bisexuals and niggas love trans women. Mm-hmm. Like, it is a thing.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I don't think it is the black community's job to have to accept you in order for you to accept yourself.
But in that same thing, you don't want to be around people who don't understand what you want rather than you just keeping it a secret and just keeping it to yourself. They don't know because let's just say you a nigga and your homeboy is like, I want to fuck with dudes, but I like women too. That nigga that's your friend who's been your friend forever may cut you off like that. And you have no friends.
Right.
So it's kind of like to save you that drama.
You just don't say anything.
You just don't say anything.
But if you've always felt this way, because you had to always feel this way, why didn't you start off with your truth? So now no one has to be caught off guard and cut you off.
Because here's the thing. People go through phases.
Okay.
Like the episode of Insecure when Molly was dating that nigga and he was like, yeah, like
we've always revert to Insecure on this podcast.
Because look, think about it. When he says something like, you know, my friend gave me head and I realized that was not what I wanted.
Yeah, oh no.
So imagine, just think about it. Like a nigga telling you that he's into men and he finally has sex with a man and he realizes, yo, that's not what I want. It was a waste of time for him to tell you that he was into men.
Right.
Because it may be a phase. For me, my parents always was like, oh, it's a phase. You'll get over it.
Look at you now.
Bitch.
Well, I agree with the phases and like having to try it to know. Like for me, I dated a girl in the 7th grade. Hey, we got story time. So I dated a girl in the 7th grade. We were in a play together and I thought she was cute. And honestly, I'm going to be honest, I was kind of being a follower. Because everyone in my school at the time, that's when bi was, like, popular, and everyone was, like, gay, and it was, like, kind of cool to be gay. So I started dating this girl, and she took me out for Chinese food, or whatever the case may be. And I was like, okay, this is weird. But I kept dating her. You know, I always knew that I wasn't really into it, but I kept doing it. And then one time we went on a school field trip, and she went through my phone. And I broke up with her, because I'm like, this is just too weird for me. Like, you're going through my phone, you're doing too much. That was like, we lasted like a week. And then the next week she tried to get back to me the day of our play. Because we was in a acting play together. And I was like, no, whatever. And then she came in between my legs. I would never forget this. She came in between my legs and like tried to kiss me. And the feeling that I got in my body...
Was that ill?
I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah, see, like, that's a phase. Like, you was like, oh, maybe, like, I want to try a little cat out. Like, that's just something that you may want to do at that moment. Right. And when you finally get it, you're like, fuck it, I don't want that shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I was like, so
yeah, like, that's why, like, dating here is very interesting because a lot of guys, like, okay. So, you see me. Like, I don't live this high class life. Like, I drive a Mercedes. I work. I buy my shit. And a guy may look at that and be like, oh, that nigga got some money.
Right.
So it's kind of like you will date people who will be with you just so they can look good.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yes, that does.
Like, think about a girl. You see a nigga in... locking a Rolls Royce and you like,
right, exactly.
What's up? Like niggas, like gay dudes go through the same thing. Like I cannot tell you how many times that. So I had an E-Class, the last car that I had. So I had an E-Class and I had a Hyundai. And now I have a C-Class, and. When I drove my E-Class and it had the panoramic roof, I cannot tell you how many times you got the cute little muscle gays got in my car.
Not muscle gays.
And they could not stop taking selfies and pictures and shit. That shit is annoying. Niggas will use you for what they think that you got.
Right.
Like, niggas will use you just for their fucking Instagram.
So a lot of people who are gay probably feel like moving to Atlanta is a perfect city.
Yeah, and my whole thing is, if you move to Atlanta, like, you have to understand. Atlanta is not that place for you to move to escape your problems. Because nigga,
you living here,
because niggas, because living here is cheap, but it ain't cheap.
It ain't. No, that's true. I agree with you. Like, it's cheaper than what you're used to, but it comes with its own shit.
It does, because my whole thing is, when you move to Atlanta, you got Midtown, Buckhead, expensive as fuck. Mm-hmm. Now these days, Dunwoody, Johns Creek,
they're coming up there,
and then Alpharetta, yes.
Wow.
Rent at the Avalon, like in Johns Creek, is I think like $5,000.
Wow.
So it's like you can't really move here and not live that suburban life or that city life and think that your life is going to change.
Or
you need a fucking job, you need a fucking car.
Right. And you need to have some change within your goddamn self.
Yeah. Like,
because problems follow you no matter where you go.
No matter where you go. Like, to go back into dating, like, dating is not bad, but my dating life, I paused it because I'm over the bullshit. Like, I was just talking to this guy. We went out. Mind you, we probably talked 2 weeks before we ended up meeting. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing about, like, dating in Atlanta, too, is because...
It's fast.
Is, like, I can, but I can't go to the supermarket and meet a guy. Because I don't know whether he's gay or not. So you have
But apps. I feel like that's just being gay in general. How do you ever know when a man is gay unless he has on a pink skirt and he's flipping his wig? You can never just look at a person and
a lot of people will be like, oh, like, my gaydar's right. When you live in Atlanta, sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah.
But I've always said, like, when I go to Blue, when I go to 1145, when I go to Allure, when I go to any club in Atlanta, I'm like, I'm not the only gay boy in here.
Yeah, so for us girls, we swear we have a gaydar too.
No, like, y'all don't. I'm trying to tell you, like,
but if I feel like if a guy does anything that's off to me, I'm like, he's gay.
But then you have a lot of feminine straight men.
No, but
what do they call it? Heterosexual? No.
Oh,
metrosexual. Yeah.
Yes. I'm not even talking about that. I just feel like something is just off. Like, something's not right. Like, a person who we know who you said that about. Mm-hmm. Like, if I feel that, my gut's just going to tell me, you gotta be some type of gay, some type of
that example, we kind of figured it out a couple nights ago when he said that he would date a trans girl, that he may be pansexual.
Right. Okay.
Or bisexual, but he has limits
if anything
on what
is off. Like, I met this guy. Sorry to cut you off. Mm-hmm. I met this guy, and when he spoke to me with a deep voice. This is in the club, because I work in the club, as you guys know. He spoke to me with a deep voice, but when he spoke to his peers, he changed his voice. That's off to me. You're off. You're a little off. Why are you... Like, he kind of talked like feminine with a lisp when he was talking to his friends. But then when he walked...
But were his friends gay?
No. They were, like, just his, like, normal friends. Like, any friend.
Hi.
They was just, like, his normal friends. And then when he spoke to me... He would be like, yeah, so, like, you can tell he was, like, trying to put on a persona. Like, he might do both.
I don't have that.
Let me ask you this. What was your story, your coming out story?
Well, my coming out story is fucking hilarious because my mom knew my parents knew I was gay.
You was just a 5-year-old twirling around.
I literally I was that bitch. Like, when I came out, I was 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you did wait a little while. You waited to after high school. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Actually, no. I was... What time?
You was not in high school at 19. You was in college.
I hope I wasn't at 19. When I came out, it wasn't 19. I came out when I was in high school. Probably like my junior year. My parents just knew.
What did they say? They was just like...
we love you
either way.
So, both of my parents are from the South. Deep south of Georgia. My mom is from this place called Americus, and my dad is from this place called Griffin. My dad was in the hair business. And that's a weird story. Okay, so let me start off with my dad.
We got time.
My dad was watching this commercial. It was on the news. It wasn't a commercial. It was a news story. And he saw where guys had robbed a beauty supply, and they didn't steal any money. They stole hair. My dad's a hood nigga, so he said, why these niggas stole the hair but didn't steal the money? So my dad got into the hair business and started selling hair. Mm-hmm. My dad owned 5 salons in Midtown.
Oh, okay.
And he owned a barbershop. So he had a street of salons, kind of like Ramsey.
Oh, okay.
But basically he had a street of salons. So my dad was used to being around gay men.
Okay.
My dad's not gay. Let's just put this shit out there. My dad's not gay. But my dad is a secure ass nigga. He can be around anybody and don't give a fuck.
Okay.
He may have his
open-minded.
feelings. He may have his feelings about the lifestyle, but my dad knows, like, let them do them. Like, I don't give a fuck. They're not trying to flirt with me. Like, I don't care. My dad sees dollar signs. My dad could open up a gay bar right now and be a straight ass man and be like, I'm opening this shit up because the gays come with money. Period. Like, my dad sees dollar signs. Now, my mom was very scared because I had a gay cousin and he has HIV. And she was just like, I want you to be safe. I want you to be this. I want you to do that. And I'm like, girl, like, I'm good. Like, I'm
But
good.
that's valid, though.
It's very valid. It took my mom a while to get used to it. But I mean...
So your dad was more... That's crazy. Your dad was more open-minded about it than your mother was.
But we don't talk about it.
So what did you just say? He was like, I'm gay.
They went through my phone.
Oh, wow.
They went through my phone and they found... Well, they just...
They knew, but like...
They knew. So they was like, okay, this nigga's gay. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But my parents were just like, be safe. Like, don't fall into no bullshit. Like, but... We don't talk about it. They don't ask me about guys. I don't talk to them about guys. Like, no.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
So
because I've always
married and you bring someone home.
I have always told myself that I only want to introduce them to one man. I don't want to be like, oh, this is my boyfriend. 5 months later, this is my boyfriend. Like, no, like I don't bring gay people around them. I don't.
So just when is that time you'll introduce them to that guy?
When I meet that guy who's my ex-boon coon.
Period.
I will introduce them to him.
Why do you feel like it's so hard for men to come out about being gay? Like, because I just put myself in
because
if I have a burning desire to eat pussy, I'm gonna eat pussy.
But here's the thing: people don't look at lesbians like, ew, like that's a thing. There are some cultures that do, but people look at gays and be like, that's disgusting.
I feel like it's the
But then people will look at girls and be like, "Oh shit, like that's sexy, like that's hot, like I want to get in between that."
Right.
Like people fetishize lesbians.
Right. Okay.
And that shit's very weird to me. I don't get into it. Like I think that shit is very off because guys will fantasize about 2 girls kissing, but then look at 2 niggas kissing and be like, "What the fuck is that?" No.
So why do you think men have such a hard time coming out? Because it's looked at so now.
Because it's a double standard, always, and it always will be.
But like, if you're a man and you really want to be with another man, why would you spend your majority of your life pretending to be attracted to a woman? Like, how or why?
Because they think that they can get rid of that feeling in their system, and when they realize that they can't, it's too late, and they've been 10, 15 years in, and now they're cheating on their wives with niggas. It's the I'm being hardcore, I'm being straight up, like it is a thing. Like niggas do be sleeping around with niggas.
I had this one gay friend who was dating a guy and they were actively having sex. He was buying him groceries, he was buying him food, and he said he wasn't gay. And he will always tell the guy, like, my friend, like, nigga, I'm not gay. You bugging. Like, I'm not gay. Meanwhile, fucking him.
But, okay, so that means that he looks at him, like, in a sexual way, but he can never look at him in a romantic way.
But he's fucking him.
Oh, no. Like, I get it. So the way my mindset is, I look at it through a woman's perspective because I do have a little bit of feminine, like a little bit of
femininity.
Yeah,
yes,
that word. I have that like in me, and then I still can think like a nigga. Like, yeah, like a nigga being like, if I'm not interested in you romantically, then I'm not gay.
Okay,
and I get it. That's just like how when niggas date trans women, they'll say shit like, okay, well, you say you're a woman.
So you're a woman, so I'm dating
your
a woman.
ID says that you're a woman, so I'm dating a woman. So I'm not gay. I'm straight. It's a mental thing.
I gotta know what you guys think about this. I need you guys to comment on this video, and I need you guys